into rake 4. Hello and welcome to Rally Fever and the start of the 2000 Rally Championship. Between now and the end of the season we'll have 8 events which span almost the entire British Isles. 4 in Southern Ireland, 2 in Wales, 1 on the Isle of Man and 1 in the northeast of England. But it's in the Emerald Isle that we begin, and one of the most historic events in the entire series, the 25th running of the West Cork Rally.
Yes, and great to have Mark James joining us here on the Rally Fever team, and of course still with us Caroline Samuels.
Now, Nicky, I believe you said that the stages are a bit too quick for a World Rally.
I think so. I mean, because a World Rally car doesn't really, you don't lift off that much, and certainly as fast as they are here, I think the average speeds would be way too high for a World Championship rally. But I think it's going to be very fast for this rally, and certainly in the Darien, it's a far quicker car in a straight line than a World Rally car, so I'm sure we're going to be piling down the straights at some speed.
Well, the Darien's definitely designed for this kind of a rally, and you've got to be looking forward to it. I mean, the first run of the Get Connected Championship, you've got huge entries here. Tell us a bit more, Damien.
Yeah, I think there's 64 drivers have signed up now for the championship, which is amazing really in only the second year that the championship has run. We've got a lot of high-profile drivers. Kenny McKinstry has signed up, Michael Barrable, Maurice Gass, Tommy Graham, so we've got a host of top-class world rally cars, so it should be very competitive, and I think Melvin Evans is going to have a fight on his hands to retain his title from last year.
You've got a bit of a coup here, getting Nicky to sit next to you in what I believe might be his last ever rally.
Well, that's what he's been telling everybody.
Absolutely, no, it's true, it's true. This is it, this is it.
Famous last words.
Absolutely, probably is. But no, I really am. I've got nothing to prove in the sport anymore. I've won a lot of World Championship rallies and been with some of the best drivers in the world, so I've got nothing else to prove, and I'm working on other areas and on a new career, so I'll concentrate on that.
Well, Tony, you were flying on the Sunseeker, and these are definitely roads made for your car.
Well, yes, they're certainly quick stages. Whether they're good for our car or not, we'll find out when we arrive there at speed.
Now, how do you find the West Cork Rally?
Oh, it's fantastic. You know, it's a very sociable event, very friendly, very rapid stages with a fast day, all in, not much servicing time. So you really can't afford to have any problems. You need a clean run, start to finish, and keep your nose clean.
Angela, your first National A rally. Tell me, how are you feeling? It's just about to go for your driver's briefing.
Well, waiting for the briefing, I'm nervous. I have to say, I am nervous, but really excited. The stages are just fantastic. I can't wait to go and give them a try, really.
Right, now this is a particularly quick rally. You're working on pace notes for the first time. How are you finding that?
The wrecking went really well. We're using the pace notes with the direction first, which I find easier, followed by the angle of the corner, using numbers, which is I find easier to translate as Paul's telling it to me. Yeah.
Great. Well, we'll let you go and get your adrenaline pumping. Best of luck for today.
So my heart's pumping. I don't have anything else.
Transport from a different era, overlooking Park Permate.
Okay, you're always nervous at the start, you know, first stage of the year, and Cleanos, it's their first time out with me, so yeah, it's going to be a learning exercise.
Now, this is a particularly fast rally. You're looking forward to these stages?
Yeah, the stages are very good. They seem to be the traditional Cork type stages, you know, so yeah, good smooth tarmac.
And what changes have you made to your car over the winter period?
The car's basically as was last year. Give it a wash.
So you're quite happy and confident that the car will be going great?
Yeah, the car will be going great. Not so sure about the crew.
8 stages to come, each run twice, so a total of 16. It all starting, of course, just outside Clonakilty, and the opening stage, actually stage 1 and 5, and this section starts right alongside the harbour. in total, some 12.1 miles of fast asphalt, then finally heads up north. Several hairpin bends along the way. This stage called Ring, it's the most famous stage here in Cork, right in Southern Ireland, and running at number 1. Melvin Evans and Mark Jones, the Welshman, no longer in an Escort WRC. He's rented that out to another competitor, coming to terms with a Subaru. Eamon Boland, highly experienced with Damien Morrissey from Wexford in their Subaru WRC. Running at number 3, Kenny McKinstry, and this is a new Subaru to him. It's a 2000 rather than a 1999 car. And at number 4, Donald O'Donovan always goes well in the Celica. At number 5, he's won the rally 3 times before, Bob Bowden and Jerry Hines in their Group N Mitsubishi. And at number 6, we're going to see another Subaru WRC, Steve Fleck. And not with his regular co-driver, more of that later. Mark Aspinall has rushed home, his wife's having a baby. And at number 7, Michael Barrable, Dermot O'Gorman. And they will definitely be in the hunt here. At number 8, Liam McCarthy and Kieran Murphy in their Corolla WRC. And look at this, what a great sight. Dennis Cronin, no, there wasn't a number 9, Pete Doughty, a last-minute non-starter. Phil Collins in the Mark II. It's very quick and it suits here. And I think Phil is going to be sensational. At the face there, sat down low, of Gwyndaf Evans' old co-driver Howard Davis. Oh, dearie me. Ollie O'Donovan, the London-based Dubliner, limping along. And is that a transmission problem? Certainly looks like it. He'll have a few words with Kenny afterwards. He's rented a car from him. Number 14, yet another Subaru WRC. Tommy Graham and Francis Kenny from Kildare. And the 15 car is Morris Gass and Jeffrey Orr. Morris, of course, from Armagh. The first of the Metros going through, Tony Davis. Spitting flames. Tony, the Englishman. There's David Moynihan, Ollie O'Donovan's co-driver. Watching the cars go through, getting on the phone.
Ollie, any clues?
Yeah, the coil has come off here on the front plug. So it's just after taking us about 2 or 3 minutes to find it.
Yeah, and then you'll be on the road again?
Well, we were going to have a go this weekend, but I think our rally's over now. But we'll get going, we'll get back out and finish. We'll try and go for a Sunday run tomorrow, maybe.
Use it as a bit of a shakedown?
May as well now, use it now.
And indeed, the way the Get Connected Championship works, you get separate points for the second day as Cathal Arthurs goes through, the man from down. And there's that superb Darien of Damien Cole. Darians have won this rally in the past. Jeff Kitney, a previous winner, and Damien really is trying hard there. Second of 2 Darians that he's owned. And O'Donovan finally gets off after that silly little electrical problem. And right in front of someone else. Let's hope he gets back up to speed. So O'Donovan continues on his way. And number 30, Guy Woodcock from D-side in the Escort Maxi. That's not the car he ran last year. That's a new car with a Mount Tune engine. And now we go on board with Angela Morris.
Right, over bridge.
Nice to see a lady in this championship and trying hard in the Peugeot.
Left 2, into left 3, 60, caution, wall, left 6 long, 40, left 2.
So a stray dog, that could be dangerous here on special stage 3. Kilcolman, 7.5 miles this stage. Starting at the Pedlar's Crossroad and then heading north, then taking that trip over there to the east and then heading back westwards to the end of the stage. And already a great battle developing here between Kenny McKinstry and also in the Subaru, Michael Barrable. And after ring, they were separated by 0.2 of a second. And Liam McCarthy was in third place, Eamon Boland in fourth position. And reigning champion Melvin Evans was down in sixth place. Well, will it change here at all? Really, McKinstry and Barrable very closely matched indeed. Kenny already happy with his latest Subaru. On board here with Michael Barrable.
Absolute right go, 1500. Easy left at the house, here.
Liam McCarthy then, having a good run. Up in the top 5, here's that wonderful BMW again. Dennis Cronin in the Rothman colours, of course. Something of a vintage rally car, as indeed is this Phil Collins. And he's in the top 10 in that Mark II Escort. And Phil Collins, of course, no spring chicken. Great rally driver of the 1970s and 80s. And a very colourful Subaru. There's a lady that's enjoying her rallying. And Ollie O'Donovan is now, after losing all that time, really fired up. Now the Metro, I think it's actually the only Metro on the rally, Tony Davis. Tony settling down with a new co-driver this season. No longer has Brian Hardy alongside him. It's now Wyn Thomas. This is Cathal Arthurs again with Linus Jones-Edwards, his co-driver, used to co-drive for Damien Cole.
100.
Let's go with
right four, slippy maybe.
Damien Cole and Nicky Grist. Well, there's been an incident,
right
I think.
Slippy maybe.
Well, various marshals out. There's the dirt, and there is Mark Morgan.
Okay.
Mark has crashed the Group N car, and I think he's okay together with co-driver Tony Fisher. But now, let's listen to Britain's most famous co-driver, calling the notes for Damien Cole.
Straight jump, 50, flat right past farm. That's this one, 50, left 2, don't cut. 50, turn, left 6, gravel. 50, long left 1, keep in. 100. Long flat left, into, long right 1, don't cut. 50, left 1, into flat right 50, jump maybe, into flat right and jump, into care left, and long right 4 through walls, or with jump maybe.
Wow, that was quite a ride with Damien Cole. There's Guy Woodcock again. Lost a lot of weight since last season, I have to tell you. And now we can go back with Angela Morris and Paul Ehrenberg.
Left 5, 40, left 5. It's a big jump.
Welcome back to Rally Fever in West Cork. Kenny McKinstry is the leader, only just.
It's been a good morning. We were fastest in 2 of the stages, maybe 2 of the stages. And Michael Barrable was fastest on stage 4, and Melvin Evans on stage 3. So it's been very good, and the stages have been very good, you know.
We thought of having a good start, but unfortunately we just went off the line. 100 yards basically, and the intercom's backed up. So we do all the first stage with no intercoms. And even though we wrecked the stages well, and I know the stage well, you just can't get that extra little bit out of them. So we were into the second stage, and we also, the tyres were too soft. So the car was sliding all over a little bit. Then we changed them into the third stage, which was much better. Then we set fastest time on the third one, so we're creeping back up the ladder now slowly.
We're having a great morning. It's a fantastic rally. Very, very fast stages, and you know, just great to get the old Mark II Escort in amongst some of these boys with the big expensive cars, you know, so how can I not smile?
Absolutely, good old Phil. What about Tony Davis? How's he getting on?
First time I've used the co-driver here in the lanes, So getting the confidence together to listen to him on the fast calls when it's bumpy it's not been easy first loop. But I'm starting to listen to him as the stages have gone on and at times have got better. So next loop round, hopefully we'll, make a move up and see if we can press on the same way tomorrow.
It was 21.59 before we started.
And 7 is 29.06.
28 was 59 seconds plus 7 seconds. Makes it 2 carries. So.
Oh yeah, okay.
Is that a veteran Welsh co-driver getting it wrong?
No, not getting it wrong, just sorting each other out there.
How was it?
It's a bit different. It's not World Championship, that's for sure. The car is very, very nervous. I think that the car is definitely not suited to the settings that's on it to drive quickly on these roads. Although it's probably the fastest car I've ever been in a straight line on acceleration, the handling characteristics do leave a lot to be desired.
Now there is a man called Andy Card working on a Subaru which is owned by Steve Fleck. And Andy Card is also co-driving for Steve Fleck because, as you heard, regular co-driver Mark Aspinall had to rush home. But nevertheless, Andy still has to act as a mechanic as well. Bit of a Mexican wave here on special stage 5. This is Ring the second time around, so it'll be interesting to see if the people that don't know the stage are quicker this time. Great action alongside the bay there in Clonakilty. And here comes Melvin Evans in this Subaru. It's actually chassis number 23. Quite an early car, 1998 car actually, up against the likes of a modern Subaru WRC. And then Kenny here in this car he's recently acquired from the Procar team in Italy. And it is just so close at the front. Just the odd second between them. And all these quick Subarus really having a good battle. 6, of course, Steve Fleck.
90 right opens.
Steve Fleck finished second on this rally last year. Back with Michael Barrable.
90 left. 90 left, concentrate, Michael. Flat 1000. Turn.
That's Bob Bowden in front.
Where? Turn 90 left. Just they heard me.
And Bob sensibly moves out of the way.
To the King. All right? Yeah. Fast right. Repeat, fast right. 400.
So Michael Barrable really trading seconds with Kenny McKinstry. The Toyotas certainly in the mix. Bit of nostalgia from the BMW. And then Phil Collins having this fabulous run in 10th place. And word reaching us that Barrable quicker than McKinstry on 5. At the end of this stage, Barrable has retaken the lead from McKinstry. Tony Davis still coming to terms with his new co-driver, outside the top 10 at the moment. And also outside the top 10 is Cahill Arthurs. Back with Damien Cole and Nicky Grist through the chicane.
To left 1.
Welsh-built motor car and Welsh crew.
60 square right at gate.
Back with Angela Morris in the Peugeot 106.
150. Square left, caution, mud. 130.
Oh, Angela's got problems with the gears. I think the gearbox has gone. Box full of neutrals and no ideas, I'm afraid. And she pulls off. So, disappointment for Angela Morris, the Avon lady. She actually looks after their fleet of cars. Or is it the clutch? Maybe it's the clutch. Bill trying to hook a gear.
No, it's knackered, mate. Yeah.
A succinct comment then, as we move on. Remember, this first day, 4 stages, both run twice. This is stage number 7, was previously number 3. And this stage shortened a little bit. Apparently a death in the family at a home near the finish. So the stage has been shortened to 7.5 miles. And as we said, the lead changed on the previous stage on the ring the second time through. And this tremendous battle between Michael Barrable and Kenny McKinstry continues. Eamon Boland running in 4th place. And Kenny McKinstry has never won this West Cork rally. And I think it was back in 1984. He actually finished 2nd. Just shows how long Kenny's been at it. And still a tremendously quick competitor. Barrable then going into this stage with the lead of exactly 1 second from Kenny McKinstry. Melvin Evans in 3rd place, about 14 seconds down. Here is Tony Davis trying everything to get into the top 10. The Metro sounds beautiful. The Toyotas sound good as well.
Right 5 on crest.
Damien Cole starting to move up the field.
100.
Well, Nicky said it. This is quicker than a Ford Focus in a straight line.
Right 70. Flat right at yellow wall. And long flat right. 200.
Guy Woodcock dominating Formula 2 in the Escort. That was Kieran O'Callaghan going well in Group N. Number 50, George Thor in the Impreza, the second of the Flex cars. End of day 1, points awarded. Kenny McKinstry leads, back in the lead over Michael Barrable.
It's been a really good day, you know, the stages were good and we were driving fairly well, I would have thought, you know. And, I mean, there's only 3 seconds in it between ourselves and Michael Barrable, and Eamon Boland's very close in there as well, you know, so Melvin Evans too, so it's been a really good day, you know. I've really enjoyed it, you know, enjoyed the stages.
We've had a very interesting day. It's up and go, and we've been leading, we've been lying second. The stage times are like there was 3 of us separated by 200 of a second on one of the stages, and we fell asleep on one of the stages. We gave away 10 seconds, which is a lifetime of this sport. We've clawed it back a bit on the last stage, and we go tomorrow, I think, somewhere around 4 seconds behind Kenny. So tomorrow will be a very, very interesting day.
First event with Thenos as your co-driver. How are you getting on together?
Yeah, we're getting on well. I thought that old Welsh lilt would throw me a bit, but yeah, she's done a real good job.
Oh, you didn't actually meet each other until Wednesday for the first time?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So, no, we settled in. She's read the notes, everything's been good.
End of day 1 of the championship, how did you get on?
Well, yeah, progressive. Yeah, we had 2 slow stages this morning, first off, which cost us probably a couple of places. But, you know, there's some serious kit above that. So, a 20-year-old car, and I think if we can make maybe 3 or 4 places up tomorrow on the road, 30 seconds, that'll probably be our mark. So, partnership's starting to work well now, first time in the car together. So, I'm starting to commit myself to the faster course.
So day 1 over, and that is round 1 of the Get Connected Championship. This then the positions, McKinstry leading from Barrable, Boland, Evans, all very tight together, and indeed McCarthy right up there. Steve Fleck having a very good run, and then Morris Gass. Here are the championship positions then after the opening round, day 1. O'Callaghan leads Group N, and also Guy Woodcock leading Formula 2. We'll be back in just a moment on Rally Fever.
So the first maximum points haul of the season goes to Kenny McKinstry, but this rally is far from settled. Just 26 seconds separate McKinstry from last year's winner Melvin Evans, who's in 4th place, and so the battle of the Imprezzas is bound to continue on day 2.
Yeah, it certainly is, but we hear going into this stage, problems for Michael Barrable. Could not fire his car up in the morning and has dropped quite a bit of time coming out of that Parc Ferme late. So Kenny McKinstry will have it a little bit easier, but there's plenty of others who can challenge them. Here is Kenny McKinstry, who leads the rally. Eamon Boland then is promoted to 2nd place. And in 3rd place then, Melvin Evans. Barrable probably has dropped to 4th or 5th place due to his problems. Liam McCarthy certainly going well in the Corolla. And Steve Fleck, they're all cocking a wheel just on this tricky little section here. And now the Pedro car of Morris Gas. The multicoloured car, Morris going well. And what about Phil Collins up in 8th place? 300 horsepower probably in that Mark II Escort. Probably a little bit more in Tony Davis's car. Tony playing himself in nicely. And then the 23 machine there going through the lovely Toyota of Cahill Arthurs. Number 19, Nigel Hicklin from Ballymena in his Impreza. And Hicklin, another man, up in the top 20. Number 43, Kieran O'Callaghan. And being caught then by car number 7, which is Michael Barrable. That's where he's running on the road, being absolutely furious. The car just didn't want to fire up. Let's listen to co-driver Dermot O'Gorman.
Get out, you blasted the other way. Turn hairpin right. An absolute right. 1500 at the bottom, well done.
Milltown engineering car of number 54, Noel Redmond, and David Doyle in their Impreza is Damien Cole. Look at that car, it is so tail happy. Inches away from that wall that's sticking out. Number 50 then, George Thor. And Guy Woodcock getting maximum points for Formula 2 on day 1. Here's another very nice Escort Mark II. Number 33 is David James and Jim Crow in their Class 13 car. Let's head on to service then. Some more words from Kenny McKinstry.
It was pretty ropey this morning. I mean, the first stage, the whole thing started a wee bit unexpected, so it did for us, and got a couple of small mistakes in it. And again, in stage 2, we used the tyres that we were using yesterday, and we just tried to take too much out of them, so we're going to fit some new rubber at the moment.
Some of the pressure's been taken off you. How much do you know about Michael's problem?
Not a lot. I mean, he had a problem in Parc Ferme. He couldn't get the car started. He might lose sometime and he might not, you know, we'll see what happens, but I'd rather beat him out on the stages than in Parc Ferme.
What's the plan for this afternoon now?
We just have to keep pressing on. You know, it'd be nice to finish the 2-day rally in the top 10. And obviously then get connected. It'd be nice to finish in the sharper end of it.
Leading Group N now, you must be fairly happy?
Yeah, delighted. We weren't really expected. It's thanks in main to problems Bob Fountainhead, but we're happy to be here and hopefully we'll hang on.
We had a problem on the ring stage. We were I think we were line 7th or 8th overall, and the gear linkage came off and we lost 3 minutes on the ring the second time through yesterday. We went reasonably well after that. So we had 2 poor times the first time through the first 2 stages, but things seem to be picking up now. We were fastest by 20 odd seconds on in the Group N car on the first stage this morning. I don't know about the second stage. I haven't spoken to Jerry yet, but we were about just under 2 minutes behind for the Group N lead starting this morning, so possibly there might be a chance of making it up by the end of the day, I don't know.
Out of that service, Michael Barrable, as he pulled out the service, had a drive shaft brake, so he will not be on special stage number 12. this stage just north of Clonakilty, and some 11.5 miles. This flowing, beautiful tarmac down here in Cork. So Kenny McKinstry, who has never won this rally, continues to lead. This car he's acquired from Ireland to add to his fleet. Eamon Boland, that car is, I think, even more modern than Kenny's. I think that's a 2001 example. And then, as we said, Melvin Evans' Impreza is quite a bit older, and the lights are blinking there. Problems for Liam McCarthy. And he is being caught then by Steve Fleck and Andy Card. Andy doing a great job considering he hasn't co-driven for a long time. Here is Maurice Gass and Jeffrey Orr in the Pedro machine.
Right 2 down to long left 3 and right 6 again. Long left 3 and right 6 long. Square 3 100, turn left 6 narrows.
Might be a 1974 design, but the Escort Mark II of Phil Collins is in 8th place, just behind Maurice Gass. Tony Davis has now worked his way up into the top 10 with the new co-driver Wyn Thomas. Couple of Arthurs then.
Right into 4 left and long 5 right, continues into a tight 5 left at gate.
In the Euro Cables back Toyota.
And turn square left at 3, no escape, 30. Hint 2 left and 1 right together, 30. Caution, deceptive, long 5 left.
Cathal Arthurs in 11th place.
And right 4.
Damien and Nicky in 16th position, but still moving up the field. T90 GTR.
Left 2.
That's the race number.
Into right 1.
That's the type of Darien it is.
Left 4 late. Into right 5.
Kieran O'Callaghan again with Caroline Murphy, his co-driver. And George Thor, Anthony Etlinger, his co-driver. They're from Berkshire. And Guy Woodcock had a very good run on day 1. There's, oh! Bob Bowden having a bit of a dodgy moment there. Bob, previous winner of this event. Meanwhile, we've got a bit of a race going on between the Escort and this Darien, one of 4 actually in the rally. And we'll take a quick break here on Rally Fever. Welcome back to Rally Fever. Sam's Cross Stage 14, 10.6 miles. Kenny McKinstry continues to lead the 25th running of the West Cork Rally. Eamon Boland is in 2nd place. Melvin Evans, last year's Get Connected champion, settling into the Impreza, is in 3rd position. Here comes Kenny, as ever, with backing from Tom Geraghty Tyres. And there is Eamon Boland, and here is Melvin Evans on this stage, Sam's Cross. And then Steve Fleck in a car which he bought off Kenny McKinstry. Kenny ran that one last year. And then Maurice Gass. And up there in the top 6, 5 Impreza WRCs And this is the only man that's got amongst them there, Liam McCarthy.
Slight left of a big crest, 50, left 2.
Oh!
Left 2, 50.
And they have moved up to 7th place. Tony Davis has moved up to 8th place. Here is Tony.
Narrows are playing into 5 right and 75 left over front. 50. 4 right.
Cathal Arthur's having a bit of a moment.
1 left opens.
And Cathal into the top 10 in 10th place now. Rinlios. The number 19 car of Nigel Hicklin has also moved up into the top 10. And Damien Cole is 11th. Nicky's starting to enjoy this.
Into right 2.
Oh, sideways.
30, left 1.
David, of course, the managing director of Get Connected, who have a group of mobile phone stores, mainly in Wales. The farming continues, and so does Guy Woodcock. Guy really lost a lot of weight over the winter, trying to really get into the swing of things with his new Escort. Certainly worked on day 1. And that's Tommy Graham in his Subaru. Oh, problems for Kenny McKinstry now with the gearbox, I think. Well, Kenny's working on the car, but maybe we can grab hold of Sean Mullally, Kenny's co-driver for this event, find out what the actual problem is.
We got a gearbox leak, started throwing out oil on the second last stage, and the fumes and were coming back in. There was a lot of smoke in that. So the lads have been working away in it for the last few minutes. We think we just have to find in the leak, it's a pipe, burst pipe, so they're trying to fix it. Hopefully they'll get it together and we'll keep going.
Oh dear, last minute problems for Kenny McKinstry coming to the end of the event now. Special stage 15, this and 1 more to go. Castletown 9.36, the most southern stage of the rally. So, well, Kenny's car looks fine there, doesn't it? Eamon Boland will push hard though. And so too will Melvin Evans. Lots of turbo whistling from Steve Fleck. Morris Gass has got more and more confidence in this car as the event goes on. Liam McCarthy is still in amongst the Subarus at this hairpin. And Phil Collins having an absolutely wonderful run in the Escort Mark II. Tony Davis also worked hard to get up into the top 10. Very close behind Phil Collins. Carl Arthurs in the Eurocable car in 10th position still. And the number 19 machine, Nigel Hicklin. Sam McMullen is in 9th place.
Turn right 6. Gravel maybe here.
Damien Cole's been putting in some quick times and is in 11th place, ahead of the Group N leader, Kieran O'Callaghan.
50, right 2, opens over crest. 30, straight crest, 50, right 1, 50.
This, of course, a St. Patrick's Day weekend. If you get my gist, it sounds a bit Irish, I know. And everyone having a very good crack. There should be a big party when this is all over. Woodcock will be happy with his new machine, an ex-Gwyndaff Evans car. And then Bob Bowden looks as if he's not going to win Group N here. And there's the crack already starting here in Clonakilty as they head towards the ramp. And yes, Kenny McKinstry hung on to win the opening round of the Get Connected Tarmac Rally Championship together with Sean Mullally. Despite that scare with the leaking gearbox, But on the last stage, a change for second place. A puncture puts Eamon Boland back to third. Melvin Evans finishes in second place, his first run in an Impreza. Then it's Gass, McCarthy, Fleck, Collins, Davis, Arthurs and Cole. That's the top 10. Just checking the Group N result. Bob Fowler just beating O'Callaghan. Damien Cole winning his class. And then a victory then in the F2 category for Ray Martin after Guy Woodcock had a mechanical problem right on the very last stage. Disappointment for Guy, but a good run nevertheless on day one. So first blood here on this championship to Kenny McKinstry. He heads the points.
It's great to be here. It's great to win this event. Must say it's very well organised, you know, a super event. So.
Must have been a few anxious moments this afternoon about the gearbox.
Yeah, we had. Whenever we come off the stage, I mean, we smelt the smoke, and there's a lot of stuff coming out. We thought it was actually something to do with the brakes, and the car was actually performing okay on the stage. And we had one more stage to do before we get into service, so we weren't sure whether to run the gearbox or not. You know, just with it's all hydraulic oil, and but we did, and we got through it, and we got a new pipe fitted at service, so it worked out fine.
Melvin, slightly surprised second place?
Very surprised, to be honest, compared with the start with yesterday. Didn't expect to be second, but glad we were made second here.
That was a bit of a ding-dong this afternoon.
Hell of a ding-dong. We tried different tyres, different approach to a bit of everything, and it was still like seconds were swapping between 3 or 4 of us all day. It's a real hard day today.
When did you finally find out that you'd nailed Eamon?
Well, unfortunately, I think he had a puncture on the last couple of miles, and we were catching him up, and we could see the dust, and people were waving their hands, and I thought there's something wrong. I thought we had a puncture doing it, because we could smell the rubber, so we just pipped enough for him to get him here.
Good start to the championship defence then.
Brilliant start. Unfortunately, I think Kenny's leading now, and he's a hard man to beat over here, so we're looking forward when he comes to Wales and see if we can beat him over there.
Morris, that looked a very interesting afternoon from where we were standing. What was it like from where you were sitting?
Yeah, for sure. I think we're 3 quickest times there, and we're getting the grips of the car now and looking forward to going to Circuit Ireland. So, dead happy with the car. We're learning every mile we do.
Some useful points at the start of the year?
Aye, very much so, yeah. Dead happy. It was a brilliant rally and everything went well. And I read out in the gearbox, but we overcome that problem and glad to be here.
We've heard all about the battle for first, second and third. What about the battle you've been having?
We've had a little bit of a battle today, but unfortunately we've lost a bit of time on the last 3 stages. But the first, second and third were just another pace up from us, but still great fun.
How did the stand-in co-driver manage?
Did a fabulous job, absolutely fabulous.
We had a lot of smiley faces and a lot of nice comments about the old car, and no, we had a great day, fantastic weekend, really enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, it was a good day. We started off slowly. We hadn't had a chance to make many notes for the second day, so it was a bit of just get round the first loop and sort of press on the second one, which we did. And the last 2 stages were fantastic. We really got it together. Had some fantastic fun through there.
Carl, we've been looking at this big battle at the front, but you've had a real old ding-dong between yourselves and Damien and Nicky today.
Indeed we have. We've had a good old battle all day long. Damien has come on real strong all day. You know, obviously it's improvement of the car.
So you're relieved there are no more stages then?
Yeah, because in the last couple of stages we had a couple of wee problems with the car that we decided to keep to ourselves. So we basically limped here to the finish.
Damien, a much better day today. It's almost as if you've been driving a different car.
Yeah, the car's been totally transformed with the suspension being softened off. We've gone hard right from the start, and we managed to beat Bill Collins today, so we won the second round, the rear-wheel drive competition. And we've managed to claw up to, I think we're in 10th overall.
How did the YTS boy do alongside you?
He's done okay. No,
yeah.
Nick,
was this really your last ever rally?
Unless somebody's going to turn around and offer me a £1 million contract, I probably wouldn't say no to that. But certainly on this kind of events anyway. I think I came over here, okay, it's the 25th anniversary, St. Patrick's weekend in Ireland, there's no better place to be. And then Damien persuaded me as well, so that's probably it on this kind of rally anyway.
How much fun have you both had this weekend?
Well, okay, at the start I wasn't so happy. I mean, the car was bouncing all over the place. It was really bad, but today it's been a lot better, and Damien's driven well today. And certainly he's beaten Phil Collins, which is the first time he's ever done that, so he's quite pleased about that.
Damien, happy tonight?
Yeah, very good, really happy.
A shot then of the last time that Nicky Grist will ever cross the finish line? Maybe. And this is the driver of the rally, a special award, the Phil Collins Funky 446. Driver of the rally, George Thor. Here's Mark James.
So, despite a few anxious moments, Kenny McKinstry hangs on to win his first West Cork rally, and so claims a double helping of maximum championship points. The Get Connected Tarmac Rally Championship heads for the Isle of Man in May, while next here on Rally Fever is the Astra stages. However, with tomorrow being St Patrick's Day, I've some important business to attend to. Sláinte.